Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today. Look at this beautiful face over here. Eret is his name, and he's very fashionable.
Onward!
Oh no, he's not. That's T-Beer. T-Beer is very fashionable. I like the orange. It clashes a little bit with the pink, doesn't it? Anyway, last episode we met Eret. He's a, what is his descriptor? Overly impulsive glaive who is as heroic as he believes himself to be. Well, he certainly believes himself to be quite heroic, and this guy was written by Chris Avalone. And yes, I enjoyed his introduction quite a lot. Let's have a chat with him and see what he has to say. You catch Eret staring at the sky with a distant look in his eyes. His strangely pale skin is nearly bronze in the golden glow surrounding him.
I should climb a building. No, a tower. And jump off the top. Should it be on fire? Yes. Yes and yes.
Yes, yes, and yes, say the voices in his head. The hero is losing focus, the other one says. Who cares? Oh boy, I'm not losing focus. We're at the start of the episode. How can we lose? Oh, what? Anyway, are you actually thinking of setting buildings on fire, Eret? Oh no, he says, shocked. Not today, anyway. We have things to do. The distant look resurfaces, along with a need so deep it approaches hunger. I'm just planning ahead, for if things get, he grimaces as if the word he's trying to say pains him. Boring? Oh, that's gonna hurt him. Yes, he shudders. I have to be moving. Boring seconds turn into boring minutes, then entire hours where nothing happens. And then, you're dead of old age, he says, wiping away the tears. But you aren't here to talk about me, he says, then blinks. Or are you? Actually, I am. I have some questions about you. Oh, I'm not surprised, he says, pleased. I'm incredibly interesting. What do you want to know? Well, I keep hearing voices in your head telling you what to do, a loud one and a quiet one, apparently. The glow abruptly fades from Eret. He looks older, plainer, exhausted beyond endurance. What? No, come back! He will wake up! He hears us. We told you! Then the golden light returns, a savage explosion of radiance and heat, driving you back a step. Eret regards you calmly from within the pulsing nova. He is so beautiful that it's hard to look at him. I have no idea what you're talking about. A clever evasion! Now convince him he's not interested in this. Let's talk about something else now. You aren't interested in this? His voice is dull and dreamy, and his eyes wander about your face without seeing you. Then the glow recedes like a retreating wave, and Eret blinks. He sees that you are looking his way, then looks behind him to see what you're staring at. I think the aura might be what his voices or something like that. His mania or his craziness. What happened to you when I asked about the voices in your head, Eret? Oh, you never asked me about the voices in my head, Eret says, rolling his eyes. I would have remembered a crazy question like that. Can't you tell me anything about the voices? If you're hearing voices, that sounds like your problem, not mine. He beams, but a hint of unease flickers across his face. Another clever evasion? We are not so sure, says the other one. I don't know. So, I've never heard of the name Eret before. What does it mean? Names mean things? He says, gaping. I thought they were just there to put words on faces. He frowns. It should mean fast or impossibly handsome, but I really have no idea. Do you know what it means? What your name means? He says, turning to your other companions. Well, fortunately, you didn't ask me because I have no name. Travels with idiots, Alichern says, folding his arms. Though in my case, it's less of a meaning and more of a curse. Names can be curses too, Eret says, alarmed. I really need to find out where mine comes from. But tell me if you see any idiots, and I'll help you drive them off. Hold on, he says, ripping a much-folded page from his doublet. This sounds like an exciting quest to set off on someday. He writes furiously, tongue picking from between his teeth. Discover secret meaning of name. Done! He tucks the page back into his doublet, or doublet, or whatever, however you pronounce that, grinning. So where do you come from, Eret? Oh, I came out of the west, Eret declares, his glow intensifying, traveling day and night to escape the hired killers hounding my every step. Oh, that's not what I meant. Where did you come from originally? Oh, from the storms of the south. At first, I think I was only an outline in the clouds of dust, but then... Eret leans forward, palms spread, eyes wide. I emerged, swords in every hand, cape swirling. You should have been there. I don't think you're understanding me. Where were you born? Oh, that's a strange question, he says, his glow dimming. Babies aren't interesting? Then he brightens, literally, of course. You're asking when I realized I was a hero. I don't even... Yes, that's what I'm asking. He frowns, cocking his head. I don't remember. Maybe I'm supposed to tell you I've always been one. He looks up, nodding. Yeah, I've always been a hero. Sure. So what is that glow surrounding you? He's not gonna say anything. I don't see anything. Yeah, of course. I don't see anything, he says. Seriously? What? Seriously, what's that glow surrounding you? No, he doesn't see anything. Okay, let's talk about something else. And he just blinks. Lovely. So how are things between us? Oh, great, he declares, throwing his hands in the air. I knew we had the same instincts for adventure. And he blinks again. Well, I want your opinion on the people we're traveling with. Oh, I like them, he says airily. They keep things from getting too quiet or thoughtful. They get in the way of mirrors, and I appreciate that. He blinks several times. Oh, you want more specific details? Who about? You mentioned that you don't like mirrors. Why is that? I did? He says, blinking. What a strange thing to say. Who doesn't like mirrors? I certainly don't. Wait, he frowns. His golden aura fades until it almost isn't there. I like mirrors, he says finally. I have no problem with them. Let's talk about something else. Oh. Wait a minute. It doesn't say how much the aura is going on right now, because he says maybe the aura, maybe the spirits in his head or whatever. I say spirits, but just the uncultured tribal me saying that. But the voices in his head, or his multiple personalities, if that's what he has, that don't like it. And I don't know. So, okay, let's talk about something else. No, actually, let's not talk about something else. I want to talk about the people, yeah, we're traveling with. Aligern. Oh, he's real smart, Eret says, ticking his fingers. And interesting. Funny, too. He hesitates. I don't understand a lot of what he says, though. Oh, that might be because most insults go right over your head, says Aligern. Well, might be, he says cheerfully. What about Tibir? Oh, he's such a nice man, Eret says, shaking his head. Before we met, I had too much money to spend. Now I barely have any at all. Lighter pockets make a happy lad, Tibir says, jiggling a little. He told me that's one of his famous sayings. Eret whispers, delighted. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna need to ask Tibir, have you been stealing things? Have you been stealing things from Eret? Please don't. So let's ask about the people we're traveling with. And Eret, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, isn't he a treasure, he says. Do anything for you, he would. Do anything for anybody, if you made him think it was exciting enough. Are you talking about me? I heard you say exciting. I never stop talking about you, lad, he says, winking at you. How could I? Yeah, let's move on. It's a good answer. This guy's smart with his words. Really, really well done. Really well written. I love that. Because, I mean, if somebody's persuasive, you really need to have them just have outstanding dialogue. I mean, he hasn't been able to show us too much, but so far, I think, I mean, that's the second time I noticed that as well. Just really, really well done answers. And, yeah, just answers that maybe even my character couldn't come up with. So, let's talk about people we're traveling with, Aligern. About Eret, please. He's certainly animated, and more than a little exhausting. Oh, have no fear. If you collapse on the ground, I will carry you gently onwards, like the frailest of blushing maidens. Well, there's another image I'll never get out of my head. Neither will I, Aligern. Neither will I. Fan art! On guard. Actually, on guard. Advance, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not one for making fan art. I barely make art anyway. The drawings I make are very, very... well, special, not fan art, and also not public. So, what about Mother Temmas over here? Maybe these guys, actually, I mean, we've been talking with a lot of people, right? And a lot of them know the characters we're traveling with. I really am curious to know which of the characters we have talked to so far would know Eret. This peculiar woman, I was gonna say, no, this woman glares at the air above her head, her fingers fretting with a little bead in a long, peculiar chain. Oh, that's a peculiar, I saw. Chain of them. Her low, angry muttering resolves into words as you get closer. You foolish boy. Shivering at the crossroads, mazed by your choices. Go on and pick beauty. Pick strength, pick pleasure, whatever can that be. The particulars don't matter, boy. What matters is the choosing, and that you do it. Is this a comment on the game? Strength? What's the other one? Beauty. Peak beauty, peak strength, and pleasure. Beauty, strength, and pleasure. I wonder. The particulars matter quite a bit, I'd say. She blinks at the empty air, and her hands steal to a metallic, many-faceted bead near the end of the chain. Ah, you would, she says, sighing. And it's serving you just as well as him. Mother Temmas knows you, lad. Born falling you were, born in flame. Shreds of your smoldering coal streaming through the air when you struck round your bead. First went cold, then hotter than a mother's hatred. She shakes her head and spits at her feet. Scarcely born you are, and learning quick, but you're still uncertain. All boys and girls are, until they start making choices and dealing with the consequences, until they accept the cost of being adults. My call. Aye, you fell from the blue womb of the sky, and your speed set the call around you alight, scattering flaming bits across the sky. I snatched one for myself. Still have it, in fact. She sighs. You're confused, but that'll change. You'll have your feet under you soon enough. Not all my children are as lucky.
I'll remember that.
This one, she says, showing you the bead where, the bead she was speaking to before you arrived. It's carved in the shape of a malformed ring. No, she's not saying that. That's actually what the bead looks like. Piko. Oh, Piko. We know this guy. Piko wants to escape his past. He's saved a handful of shins by honest means. That is to say, it's taken him a long time, and he's too busy piecing over the options to spend it. Oh, so that's what she was saying. Oh, okay. Maybe we can go back to him and... yeah, and help him. Let's see. Push him into choosing a path, lad. Do that, and I'll return your call to you. Improved through my art, and stronger than when you lost it. Oh, that's fantastic. How should I help him? You haven't been listening, lad. Don't help him. Convince him to help himself. Mother Temmas shakes her head, agonizing over the choice's foolishness. Every choice will bite you, lad. Life is building a collection of mistakes all your own. I can definitely see where she comes from. I don't think my character would agree with her at all, and that's reinforced by what I said to her first, that the details are quite important, especially in the way she was putting it at the beginning. I'm kind of like that a little bit. When faced myself, Colonel RPG, not the character, when faced with a choice that I don't really have a really serious grasp on, and I can't, like for example, even if it's something like life-changing, I can't predict what the consequences will be. I mean, I can have some risk. I can assess the risk, I should say. But basically, when faced with choices that I really can't comprehend completely, I will just admit to myself that I can't comprehend them completely, and just take whatever feels like. I'll just remove the burden of the choice, because choice paralysis is a thing that happens when you got too many choices, but it also kind of happens when you don't really, when you have the choices, when you know you have the choices, but you don't really know what will happen after them. So basically I just go with whatever, and yeah, consequences be damned. I mean, it's not my fault if I don't know the results, right? So that's just my way of thinking. My character is not like that, though. My character is, if he gets into a position where he can, well, I don't know, I don't think the game is gonna make him into a situation where he can have like regret or just make up and repent for his past actions. I don't think that's gonna happen, because that rarely happens in RPGs. But if he does, he's the kind of guy that basically is gonna spend his whole life repenting for some foolish mistake that he wasn't even at fault with, or where he's just gonna fall desperately in love with somebody and just agonize over what he could have done better if the love is unrequited and all that sort of stuff. Basically, he's the kind of guy that agonizes over himself, and I think this might actually touch him a little bit more than it would normally touch anybody. This quest over here. So, I'll do what I can to help him. Farewell. Stay safe, lad. Okay, this is actually quite interesting. I think it really resonates with my character. I'm glad of the character I made. Really happy about that. Let's see if I can really help this guy, Piko, over here. He was oh, that's right. He was considering... That's right. That's what she meant. He was considering making a choice over here. But he doesn't know what to get for himself. Let's save the game before I kill him accidentally or something. He toys with his hands, studying the entrance to the surgical parlor from beneath his lowered brow. You're back, he says. Tension ripples through the studied calm of his voice. Good. Yeah, Mother Temmas sent me. I want to help. Oh, he says, blushing. She knows. Of course she knows. And that means you know too. He chews his lip. Fine. I'm scared, alright? I've had this ugly face, this body my entire life. I've saved up to change myself, my future. Maybe I can become strong enough to deal with the people who would hurt me. Or maybe I fix my face. I can do that, but then I'll still be small. Despite the anger in his voice, tears are shining at the corners of his eyes.
I'll remember that.
I can only use the machines in the parlor once, understand? It's too expensive. I spent years saving up all this money, and it's not enough to fix me. He opens his pouch to display a moderately impressive collection of coins. At all this money, Tibir glances over just in time to see the pouch open. His eyes bulge. Oh, poor lad, he whispers. All that coin must be weighing him down. We should lighten his load. Boy, in this state? He thinks. I got 100 scams that would work. Oh, if he'd only let me. No, Tibir. I think Tibir might betray me in the future. I'm not gonna let him. Yeah, I really, no. Let's not. Shut up, Tibir. You're not gonna do anything. So let's see. So what do I know of him? Let's freshen up our memory. I want to know about the past and... Oh, wait a minute. These are new things. So, before I say anything, I want to ask you some questions. Alright. He scratches his hairless cheek. Yeah, he's pretty young, isn't he? I mean, she was treating him as a boy, but, I mean, even if he was 30 or 40, she would still treat him as a boy if she was, like, 70 or 80. I got the impression that he was this kind of childish from this line over here, and also from this line in particular over here. Let's see. I want to know about your past. Oh, we already know everything important, he says. He isn't making eye contact. I don't care where I came from, alright? The future is what matters. Well, I can't help you make the best decision if you don't tell me about yourself. Okay, so I got a 6. Oh, yeah. Because now we have bonuses from things. 55 right there. 55 right there. 60 over here for you. Nice, for Tibir. And for you, that's a 35. Yeah, because you're dumb. Okay, so let's see if I can get you to 100% it. Let's go with 100%. Yeah. Right there.
Making a note.
Fine. Piko groans. You asked, remember? He covers his eyes and begins speaking as fast as he can. I'm not gonna speak as fast as I can because I'm gonna stumble on words. My parents came to the city with a tribe of people like me. I was born in the underbelly. My first memories of someone spitting on me. My only friend was a girl named Crooks Geek, and we had to play in the alley so the normal kids wouldn't hurt us. Oh, Crooks Geek. I know her, of course. When I was 12, someone killed my father in a bar, and it wasn't even investigated. He blinks hard, staring at the parlor. So I left, and I haven't seen anyone from the tribe since. Let them leave off scraps in the dark. I'd rather die up here than down there. Oh, wait a minute. So you're from... Wait a minute. You're from Crooks Geek's tribe? That's fantastic. Oh, man, that's awesome. I really loved Crooks Geek's dialogue, but... Okay. So, how did you earn your money? A shin at a time, Piko says proudly. I went from shop to shop asking for work. Some of them kicked me out, but others let me sweep once a week or cook. I've done nearly every job in the city at least once. The smile drops off his face. No one ever wanted me to stay, though. They thought I scared customers off. His mouth twists. They were probably right. Okay. Crooks Geek, huh? So, what happens in the parlor again? The drones remake people, he says, and it costs an ocean's worth of chins. Okay, farewell. Okay, so I'm gonna save the game here, so I can go to Crooks Geek and ask her what I should do, because if that is the key for this quest, or if that's, even it's not necessarily a key, but if that's even a possibility that I could reunite these two guys. I mean, they were childhood friends, they gotta get along, right? And she's not doing too well in terms of, of food and all that. Speaking of which, we might be able to fish something. But more importantly, if I can find out... So, basically, it's strength, beauty, and... what's the other one? There's beauty, there's strength, and there's another one. Pleasure. Yeah, pleasure. I have no idea what the pleasure is for. What is he gonna install? What? What? I don't even... let's not go there. Let's ask Crooks Geek over here, and that's why I saved, so it's basically a fast travel back. Oh, man. Who's this guy? Just a pauper. Okay. Crooks Geek. Ah, she's still alive. Good. Hey, what's new? I met an old friend of yours named Piko.
I'll remember that.
Oh, you did? Piko's alive? She seizes your arm with cold, thrilled ends. Is he doing okay? Is he happy? She seems to see the truth in your expression and sighs. He left after someone killed his father, and he couldn't get levies to investigate. I don't really blame him, but I wish he'd come back. I miss him. She releases your arm, and you see that her hands are trembling. So, are you sure you don't mind that people call you Crooked? That's something I asked already, but I guess I'll tell Piko to say hello. You say hello, I should say. Could you, and maybe could you ask him to visit when he can? I miss him a lot. And she coughs on the back of her shaking hand. So, okay, let's ask that. I think, yeah, she said that before. Okay, so that's that. Come back anytime. Yeah, she just wants company. I guess basically she's an outcast at this point. So, let's take the line again and see if anything happens. And nothing comes up. I think I need to sleep again. I think I missed one. Okay, so that's awesome. For starters, that's awesome that I really can come back over here and it's just completely, it's just flavor text, right? It's just flavor thing. At least it looks like it for right now. If it isn't, then it's gonna be amazing. I do wonder though, because the thing is, he's trying to get better because he's got a you know, he's a mutant, so he's trying to get basically to feed in. Strength there definitely is not going to help him there. But the problem is, I mean, you know, what makes you happy is what makes you happy. Doesn't matter. So if he wants to fit in and that will make him happy, that's the thing. But I'm not really sure that's the case. I think he just wants the suffering to stop. And when we're a kid and we're outcasts, it's completely different than when you're a grown-up. Because when you're a grown-up, you're still trying to find yourself. So I wonder if this quest is going to lead to a point where we can get himself to just keep the money and do something else with it. You're back. Good. Well, I want to help you decide what to do with that money. Alright, he says softly, staring down into a pouch of shins that's heavy, but not heavy enough. Further proof that money of all sorts is the root of every human misery, says Tibir. We should cheer up the lad by removing his golden chains. Okay, so that's fantastic. Right off the bat, we have Crooks Geek right there. Secondly, I have some questions before I make the decision. Use the parlor to change your appearance. Okay, that's beauty. Use the parlor to become so strong, that's strength. And I can think of better uses for your money with... Okay, that's something else. Yeah, I can, but I wonder if that's gonna connect with that one over there, with Crooks Geek. Okay, so that's probably the... So we have two choices. Either to be strong or to be normal. And I think normal, I mean, really normal is the best one for him, according to what he's trying to do. So let's see if Crooks Geek is gonna lead us anywhere. I talked to Crooks Geek, I say. She misses you. That's where you went? He says. That's what you think will help me? I left them for a reason. I told you why. He hangs his head. I miss her too. But I'm not going back. Not ever. She doesn't need me, he thinks. And there's no way I'd go back for anyone else. For anything else. Not anyone else. Okay, yeah, she's starving. She needs you. Yeah, that's, intimidation or persuasion? She's starving. Let's go with this. Let's be protective. I think that's an interesting line, basically. We're trying to be protective of Crooks Geek right now, and, because, you know, he can save her. And, I don't know, it's just being stubborn at this point. So let's go with intimidation. I think we have basically the same skill check, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, Crooks Geek is starving. If anything happens to her, I'll blame you. Okay, so we got 55 over there. We got 30, and we got 35. So either one of us can do something over here. I do 55 because I got extra... Oh, we both have edge, so that's pretty good. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's get you to use yours. Okay, it worked, 95%. Good stuff, good stuff.
I'll remember that.
Oh, he says, looking past you at the parlor. He looks away. You win, he says. I'll go back home, make sure she's alright. But I'm not staying. Judging by the slump of his shoulders, you're not sure he believes himself. Huh. I think that's good news. If he doesn't believe himself that he'll not stay... Oh, we need to go back. I mean, that dialogue that said that Crooks Geek was dead, that really scared me. I don't know what to think of that. Was that a alternative version of the story or something? I have no idea. But yeah, let's have a chat with Mother Temmas. What now, my lad? So... I need to talk to you about Piko. Oh, what of him? I solved this problem. Have you? Mother Temmas' eyes unfocus, and her fingers trace the borders of the hollow bead. Mayhap you did, she says at last. The lad slaved to earn that money. Mayhap he and that girl will pull their shins and escape the underbelly together, or maybe they'll die there, hand in hand. She shakes her head. I know you did what you thought was right. Clan can be a comfort, though they're often a tangle of their own. The lad scarcely needs more. She roots about in a saddlebag hanging at her hip. Take the call, lad. You earned it.
I'll remember that.
Off with you. You've done enough here. Okay, what is that? That is an artifact called Shield. So it's basically... So this thing always works. +2 to might pool. Only usable by me, though. Mother Temmas claimed to have found the membrane that protected you during your birth in the skies over Saga's cliffs. She used the membrane to craft a shield that is transparent and thin, but surprisingly tough. Okay, good stuff. Stay safe, lad. Yep. Let's see. Is that a... Oh, that's actually a weapon. Okay, so I have a shield and... Well, it's basically an offhand thing. Yeah, right there. It says offhand. Duh. And yeah, so this is a one-handed thing. Fantastic. We have a shield and a gun. Unfortunately, it's only us that can use that, but whatever. Let's see if she has anything else to say. Some questions about you. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on. Tell me about that chain of beads you're holding. Oh, I make one for every child I deliver. Made with wood and their mother's blood, carved in the shape of their soul. Touching their beads tells me if they're well, or more often if they're not, and need a mother's help. She tilts an eyebrow to you. Sometimes I just witness a birth, but I still carve a bead to mark the occasion, if I think the child is worth remembering. Really? There are childs that are not? Huh. Aren't you worried that your house will fall off the cliff? If I am, where would I go? I was born in this house. Should I abandon it to for a handful of self-serving rumors about Stika and rotting stone? Nay, I'll stay here, and should my home crumble, I'll hold it together with my fists. Huh. Why do you... I guess I know why, but why do people call you the mother? Or call you mother? I've delivered every child of a mortal womb in Cliff's Edge, she says. A smile slips unbidden onto her face, and some who are not. Do you have any children of your own? Nay. None, and never have, in fact. But as the saying goes, all children in Cliff's Edge have 2 mothers. That's better than having one of my own. Huh. Is it? I mean, I suppose. I couldn't begin to understand what it is, but... Do you like living here? Still here, ain't I? She says, wrapping the chain of beads around her fingers. I like having my children all around me. Okay, well, that's quite interesting. Let's see. Oh, I can ask about people. Aye! A note of wary caution enters Mother Temmas' face, and she drops the chain to coil snake-like into the palm of her hand. Okay, we have a lot of questions over here. Let's leave this for next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead, leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much, as always, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.